Hey Canucks fans, how are you feeling now that you've had a night to sleep on the loss? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, September the 5th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. I truly hope that you're doing well. I'm doing well, all things considered. Of course, I'm upset. I was upset a little bit that the Canucks lost, but after sleeping on it, for me, still renewed optimism, not even renewed, optimistic as always, hopeful as always, and certainly proud of the team. And I'll get to a few of my thoughts. I'm not going to do a full post-mortem on the postseason and on the regular season right now in one vlog. I'm going to spread it out over the next few days or so. But I did a few thoughts that I wanted to share with you really quickly. Thanks to everyone who joined me on my live stream last night after the game. It was remarkably calm, actually, and it wasn't. It was more hopeful and optimistic than I anticipated. Sure, I think people were feeling just like me, a little bit sad, a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed that we didn't have a better result. I won't say we didn't. We had a bad effort. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that the result wasn't better. Of course, it was a 3-0 loss to the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 7. A game that Vegas thoroughly dominated, although the Canucks had their chances. And I guess that was the frustrating part about last night, is that they had chances to win. There was Brock Besser's chance. I'm not blaming him. It's not like he shot it into Lehner's glove. Lehner, he had an open net, or half an open net. Besser put a good shot towards that open net, and then Lehner made an amazing glove hand save. And like I said, Besser did not shoot it into Lehner's glove. Lehner had to come up and react and make that save. But you look at that, and you definitely look at the 5-minute major to Ryan Reeves and how the Canucks mustered I think it was only one shot on that 5-minute major. That's unacceptable from a standpoint of you had the game, an opportunity to seize control of the game right there, and it wasn't there. And a lot of people were saying last night, it's embarrassing that the Canucks had such a poor effort or that they didn't show up to play. I respectfully disagree. I think they had a lot of effort. I think they showed up to play, but they were doing what their bodies could do. And it's not like they have less or more intestinal fortitude than the Vegas Golden Knights. You could tell the Vegas Golden Knights were tired too, but the Vegas Golden Knights are a better team. Just top to bottom, the depth, especially in the forwards. And we saw it again last night, the way Vegas plays with size, with speed, and with skill, the 3 S's. And when they're all clicking, especially, even if you're tired, but especially against a team that doesn't have as much size, as much speed, as much skill, and they're fatigued. Both teams were fatigued, not making excuses at all. The schedule, it was silly to have 5 games in 7 nights. I get it. They wanted to get the conference final going on Sunday, and I guess the postponing of 2 days worth of games didn't help, just 1 game in the series. But I'm not. It's already a weird time, already an unprecedented time. I don't think an extra day of rest would have hurt anyone. But to use a Bertuzzi, it is what it is. And yeah, both teams had to play back-to-back 3 games in 4 nights, 5 games in 7, including 2 back-to-backs in there, which is crazy when you think about it. But Vegas had more legs. Vegas had better chances. And I can't believe I went 3.5 minutes without mentioning his name, but Thatcher Demko was simply amazing. Simply amazing. And he was calm. It's almost like he never made the first move. He just waited, and he was so confident that no matter what Vegas did, except for Shea Theodore twice, but Shea Theodore was the only Vegas skater to beat Demko over 3 games. It's like Demko would wait for the player to make the first move, and he would calmly stick out his glove, stick out his blocker, stick out his left pad, his right pad, fall on his back, make a save from his butt, whatever it is. It was amazing. He never was out of position. There are a couple posts behind him, but whatever. That's because Vegas knew that they had to pick corners to beat him. And sure enough, the game-winning goal was a seeing eye shot right through everyone, not Demko's fault, and then over his right shoulder into the top right corner. It was a really nice shot by Theodore, who had a really, really good series. So Demko was great. The rest of the team, not so much. I truly think, though, that the effort was there and that they just ran out of gas, quite frankly. So last night, I don't think I was upset. I was disappointed. And here's the thing. A lot of people were saying, well, this is just gravy, or the Canucks are playing with house money, or they've exceeded expectations. Anything else is a bonus. And I agree with that now that the series is over, now the Canucks season is over. But many of you who've been following me for the past couple weeks said you knew that I wouldn't say that during the series itself, because the Canucks had, especially after winning games 5 and 6, they had as good as a chance as Vegas to win the series. And it's very hard to get to where we got to. It was even more, I guess, magnified because it was 24 teams technically, so you had to win a round to just get into the playoffs. But the Canucks had to go through Minnesota, then they had to go through the defending Stanley Cup champions, and then they had to play, they took Vegas to Game 7. But even in a typical playoff year, it's tough. There's a reason why there's only one team that wins, and there's 30 other teams that are disappointed. So yes, I get that it was gravy, so to speak. I get that exceeded expectations, that's for sure. I get that house money analogy. I get that a little bit, but I wouldn't buy into that or talk about that until we'd actually lost, because the Canucks players sure aren't feeling that way. The Canucks players weren't just happy to show up and make it to Game 7 and with the chance to go to the Final Four. They thought they could win, and they should have thought they could win. I thought they could win. I predicted Canucks in 7 before the series started. So I'm that was just my thought that way. And now that we're done, I will certainly say those things, that they exceeded expectations. And as I said in my tweet yesterday, so proud, obviously so hopeful. And that's why we all invest a lot of time and energy and emotion and sometimes money into this team. And that's why a night like last night hurts. But then if you step back and look at the big picture, you can't help but smile when you see we have key players at every position, all-star players at the key positions in Demko and Markstrom, in Quinn Hughes, and in Pettersson and Horvat. Now we have to build around them properly. And in the next couple of years, you'll see contracts come off the books like Sutter, like Eriksson, like Beagle, like Roussel, like Berchi. So that's a lot there, and I'll spend some time talking about that in the next week or so. But overall, I'm fine. And I asked you guys on Twitter, I put a poll question up saying, now that you've had a night to sleep on it, what word best describes how you're feeling right now? And I gave 4 options: curious, hopeful, proud, and sad or disappointed. Curious meaning, not sure about all the transactions and all the negotiation we have to do with contracts. Hopeful, obviously optimistic for the future. Proud, that's more of a present thing. And then, of course, sad or disappointed, which I admit I was a little bit last night. But 350 votes, and right now 55% of you saying that you're proud of the team. Another 28% are saying hopeful. So there's 83% there saying you're either proud and or you're hopeful. So that's positive vibes. 12% saying sad or disappointed, and 5% of you saying that you're curious. So maybe that wasn't the best poll option. But overall, I share your sentiments. I'm very proud of this team and very hopeful and very optimistic that this team has some core pieces, but the work's not done yet. And I don't think we would be shocked if the Canucks didn't get to this far next year. That's the trick, right? The tricky thing is we can't expect the Canucks to make it to one game within the Final Four every year. We want to have them to have that success, but I think next year might be a challenge. And who knows, even if you get in the playoffs, what happens? You come across a hot team, a hot goaltender. Imagine if Vegas had to face Demko for 7 games. And I'm not taking anything away from Markstrom. I wish that Markstrom was healthy for his sake and for the team's sake. Imagine if Vegas had to play against Demko 7 times. I would argue that the Vancouver Canucks would have come out of this series. So many factors, so many things. That Demko-Markstrom going to be fascinating. I don't think we jumped to a conclusion about Markstrom or Demko based on a 3-game sample size, albeit an amazing sample size. Pettersson, great playoff. Hughes, great playoff. JT Miller, even Horvat and Besser, their points weren't as high, but they were solid as well. And those are the 6 guys we should be talking about. 7 guys we should be talking about: Markstrom and Demko, Hughes, Pettersson, Miller, Horvat, and Besser. So future is bright. Future is now. And I'm excited. I really am excited. I'm hopeful and I'm proud of this team. And I hope that you are too. But Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Kind of go some open field running in the discussion in the comment section. Saw some of it yesterday on my live stream. But I really like to know how you're feeling right now. And you don't have to choose one of the 4 words I use of curious, hopeful, proud, or sad. Tell me how you're feeling right now that we've had a bit of time, not a lot, but a bit of time to digest last night's loss. Going to be looking at different ways to stay creative throughout the offseason. Well, not the offseason, the Canucks offseason, but the rest of the playoffs. And then the offseason, we're going to have the draft to talk about, free agency to talk about. So there's gonna be lots to talk about. But I'm looking at things like going back to once a week live stream. So usually do Sunday nights, but this week, because of a thing I'll tell you about tomorrow, I'm probably gonna do it on Monday night instead. So look for that notice tomorrow that this week's live stream will likely be on Monday night instead of Sunday night. And then maybe pick up some Zoom interviews once in a while as well. So Canucks fans, things aren't ending for me on this channel. The post-game live streams will. We had 17 of them in the span of a month, and that was a lot of fun. But a month and a bit, I should say 5 weeks. But yes, I appreciate the loyalty on this channel, and that you could be doing anything else instead of watching my videos. So thank you for that, and I hope that you know that how much I appreciate you. Thanks for getting me over that 5,000 subscriber hump earlier this week. So Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Just let me know how you're feeling right now. I'll do my best to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Enjoy the day. God bless, and go Canucks go.